Hello everyone, and welcome back to another episode of your OGR, as today is game 64 as the Edmonton Oilers lost in 24 seconds as the Dallas Stars scored 2 goals in 24 seconds, which they won 5-3 over the Oilers in a tough back-to-back game for the Oilers and an unfortunate loss for the team, to be completely honest with you. A win that I definitely wanted to see the team win, but unfortunately, we weren't able to pull it in. So we're going to get into all that. But before I do, if you are new to the channel, make sure to smash that subscribe button and hit that like button as well, as that'll be very much appreciated, boys. So let's get into this bad boy here with the Edmonton Oilers. Now, this is a pretty big loss as we were trying to get, past the LA Kings, try to get some home ice advantage. Of course, they won against the Preds last night, so of course. And we took a big loss against the Stars. This back-to-back has been pretty rough, to say the least. We lost, against Colorado last night, or the other night, in overtime, which we at least got a point out of. In this game, we just lost by playing poor defensively once again. This was another piss-poor game defensively. No doubt Mikko Koskinen should have made some saves that he should have had. Without a doubt, there was a lot of weak plays by Koskinen, but Darnell Nurse was a bombshell defensively. The goal against Robertson, which we're going to get into, we'll get into it once we get into the scoring summary, but Darnell Nurse had a really poor night defensively. It was not beautiful by Darnell Nurse. I don't know if he was just tired or what the heck, but he was one of the worst defensemen for the Edmonton Oilers, and the CC Nurse pairing just looked very clunky and did not look very good throughout the entire night. I think the only pairing that actually looked relatively okay was Russell and Barry. I don't think they had that bad of a night. They were one of our only positive, good defensive pairings, and Keith and Bouchard as well. They didn't do that bad either, but Russell and Barry, I don't think were that terrible throughout the night and played relatively pretty well defensively. I still don't know why Barry continues to get shorthanded time. Maybe they think that Bouchard's not that good for that. I don't know. But they continue to throw Barry on the PK, which absolutely blows my mind completely off. Well, let's get into the scoring summary and get into all that. Apparently, I can't speak English today, so let's try to get through the rest of this video with actually being able to speak English. So Kaylee Yamamoto, who continues his hot streak, gets another big goal for the Edmonton Oilers to start off the game with his 17th of the season. Very beautiful goal by Yamamoto. This was, I thought, a goal by Evan Bouchard, who took an absolute bomb from the point, and he tipped it into the back of the net to start us off. Great start of the game. We're actually starting to score goals right off the get-go. We're going to be the first team to score goals, and usually after leading the first period, we have a flawless record, but in this game, we totally just fell apart. Heading into the second period, and also in the first period, we were playing phenomenal. It was probably one of our best periods throughout the entire game. We were, bringing the pace. We were playing pretty well. We did look tired, but we were dominating the Dallas Stars until the second period happened, where Jason Robertson added his 31st goal of the season. It was a nice zone entry by the Dallas Stars. I think it was Ben who sent it over to Jason Robertson. Jason Robertson had the puck, and Darnell Nurse did this weird thing where he goes on his knee and then he's jerking a little bit. Instead of actually going after the fucking guy, instead of reading the play where, okay, Jason Robertson's the only guy who has a puck in this situation, and it's going to be the only guy unless he sends it up to the point, why don't you go after him? Why don't you play to him? And why do you just wait to block the fucking shot? It's not like we have phenomenal goaltending, Yes, the play that I would want him to do is challenging him. You're not going to block every fucking shot. It's pure and simple. You have to challenge the guy instead of playing back. And we've seen this from multiple plays throughout Darnell Nurse. The Rope Hintz goal, where he got, read the play really wrong and went all the way over to the right for some reason, led an open avenue for Rope Hintz to dash on through. And the Gurianov goal, where Darnell Nurse once again goes on his belly. He learned this from Chris Russell, and it is a very bad habit for Darnell Nurse, and I hope he kicks it, because every time he goes on his belly or tries to block a shot, he just looks absolutely horrible and gave so much time for Jason Robertson to take a shot. And you do not want to give this guy that amount of time to take a shot. If this is in the playoffs and we're facing up against a top-tier team, and Darnell Nurse is going to do this little jerk thing where he's on his knee, half on, Either go full blown on your knee and get in front of that shot, or challenge him and try to get him off that puck. That's what you're supposed to do. You're not supposed to just wait and let Jason Robertson take his sweet ass time picking his corner, because that's what he did in the game tied up. And then, not that far right afterwards, we gave a power play opportunity, and Joe Pavelski scored his 24th goal of the year. And we basically just did not cover him in front of the net. Russell or CC just did not see him in front of the net. He had so much time and real estate in front of the net, and he sent it right in the back of the net to give the Stars a 2-1 lead in that second period. And then starting off the third period, we were starting to rally up a little bit. We got a beautiful shorthanded goal. Great move by McDavid to take out of the puck, dash into the zone, and then kept battling to get it right to Evander Kane, who scored his 14th goal of the season, and that was also shorthanded. And then Leon Draisaitl, with the help of Ryan Suter, helps us a little bit get back the lead, and then we just combusted. We just combusted halfway through the third period, and we just stopped playing hockey, it seemed like. Roope Hintz got his 26th goal of the season, which he dashed through 4 defensemen of the Oilers. He just dashed right on through. No one touched him. Nurse was way over to the fucking right, all the way down in some other fucking town. And then Dennis Gurionov with a nice pass by Sagan. Instead of Nurse, actually not playing on his belly every time there's a 2-on-1, he could have maybe challenged, maybe could have played it with an active stick instead of instantly going on his body and then running into the goaltender a little bit. I always hate this play. We do it a lot as the Edmonton Oilers, and we need to stop doing it, because it doesn't help us play defensively. And as you guys could see, it happened to be a goal for the Dallas Stars in getting Gurionov his 11th. And then Sagan with an empty netter gets his 19th goal of the season. Honestly, just a really bad, poor defensive night for the Edmonton Oilers, where in a night where we played against Colorado, we played really strong. Now, definitely there was some tired bodies out there. We definitely looked pretty tired. Yamamoto had another great game again, but we're tired. Like, you could obviously see that. Like, we stopped playing halfway through the second period, and even in the third period, we weren't playing a whole lot. We were just kind of hovering around. It definitely wasn't a beautiful game by the Edmonton Oilers, and mostly due to the part that we were dealing with a back-to-back. No doubt about that. That's hard to play, without a doubt, but it's just, it was a rough game to watch. The Edmonton Oilers just absolutely implode, especially when you have a lead. You should be shutting down the rest of the game and finishing it off, but we didn't end it off. So looking at the lineups here for the Edmonton Oilers and who played well and everything like that. Fogle, Ryan Shore, I did enjoy their line. They actually didn't play that bad. They were generating a little bit. They weren't out there for too much throughout the night. They didn't get a whole lot of minutes. A lot of our top 6 got a lot more minutes than those guys, but still not a bad night from them. Derek Ryan was getting a few opportunities. Same with Devin Shore. Devin Shore has been really playing this system to a teat. He's really bought in, playing way better than what he was with Tippett's system, and I think Shore's definitely improved since Woodcroft coming into the team, and that's why I haven't really complained a whole lot about Devin Shore, is because, he's playing in a good spot. He's getting the amount of minutes he should be. He's not getting like top 6 minutes. He's playing in the spot that he should be playing, and I think Jay Woodcroft is doing an amazing job with Devin Shore and actually getting the best out of him, to be completely honest. And then Kane, McDavid, Yamamoto were probably one of our best lines. They were offensively dominant, not too amazing defensively, but they were getting a lot of offensive opportunities, and I was really enjoying their game. Hyman, Puljujärvi, Draisaitl were pretty quiet throughout the night. They weren't able to do a whole lot. Every time they dashed into the zone, they kind of got shut down. And then McLeod, Cassie, and Malone, I don't even think they even really generated a whole lot of chances for that line either. Yeah, they got 0 shot attempts for on that line and 4 shots attempts against, and they played for 3 minutes and 19 seconds. So I cannot wait to get Brassard into this team, and maybe we can get a better fourth line. And we're also getting Nuge back as well, so our depth is going to massively improve going into the next game, which definitely excites me. Moving on to the defensive pairings now, though. Like I said, Russell Barry had a really good defensive night. They were generating some offense. They were probably one of our best defensive pairings throughout the night, alongside of Keith and Bouchard, who were also all right throughout the night. They didn't make amazing plays. Keith still looking clunky as ever. He looked really clunky tonight, and I think that was for the fact that, he's playing the back-to-back. And I was seeing another guy on Twitter kind of talk about how Keith's skating is getting gradually worse throughout the year, which we've been talking about all year, where you know, the more you play Keith, the more you play him higher up minutes, the more he's just going to get slower and slower throughout the year, just because he is a little bit of an older guy. He's lost that skating touch. He's not that smooth of a skater anymore. So it's going to bring out his weaknesses a lot more, and people are going to notice that. And you can definitely see that with Keith. A lot of his movements, a lot of his time that he retrieves the puck look really clunky. And it's sad. I wish we picked up an actual better top four defenseman, or maybe that Brett Kulak will be playing a little bit more minutes. And then we don't even need to talk about Nurse and Cece. They were just absolutely horrendous throughout the entire night. They were not good last night, to say the least. Koskinen definitely could have made some saves here and there. Could have controlled his rebounds a little bit better, but it is what it is. We didn't play phenomenal defensively in front of him. He definitely gave us a chance to win. He made some big saves throughout the entire game. He was a big guy for us, but unfortunately, we just weren't able to shut it down. We weren't able to play very well defensively, and we still continue to struggle on our power play. And also, the refs are absolutely horrendous. They keep missing calls. It was another joke of a game, reffing wise, in this game as well. But I really don't want to jump into too much of that, because that will just piss me off. But I'm gonna end the video here, guys. Thank you very much for watching. In the next game, we're getting Brassard, Kulak, and Nuge back in the lineup. So it's going to be a big night for the Edmonton Oilers, and I got to say, I'm pretty pumped for that. But before I end the video here, thank you very much for watching. Make sure to like and subscribe, and I will see you guys all in the next one. Adios, amigos.